that email is definitely going to be addressed. I mean, I think that everybody in America has questions about that email.
What's the foundation?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to say anything to spook the attorneys who are watching this right now to go on. So thank you all. We'll be out and give you a briefing soon.
It'd be easier if we just go in.
That would be great. Not expecting anything else until 12:30ish.
Yeah, it'll be after their first round of questions.
Okay. Yes, of course. Or if we group.
Main event.
Just gonna tuck it in a little bit.
Bienvenidos al programa en el que les contamos, repasamos y analizamos todo lo que está pasando en el tablero geopolítico, con la mirada puesta en Donald Trump, el presidente de Estados Unidos, que hace apenas unas horas rompía las conversaciones con Irán. Anunciaba en sus redes sociales, anunciaba en Truth Social, bueno, pues que Irán estaba totalmente derrotado, hablaba del ejército iraní y además decía que van a pagar un precio. Dice que el acuerdo se ha dilatado demasiado. Después, en Fox News, hablaba o amenazaba con atacar los puentes o las centrales eléctricas iraníes. Enseguida vamos a contarles qué está pasando por la cabeza de Donald Trump. Vamos a intentar analizar sobre todo qué puede pasar de aquí a las próximas horas con un día además que viene marcado por estos últimos bombardeos. Irán atacando las bases de Estados Unidos en Oriente Medio y también 3 oleadas de ataques. Es lo que comentaba el propio Comando Central estadounidense. Vamos a mirar a la tensión en Oriente Medio y sobre todo vamos a poner el foco en Benjamin Netanyahu, el primer ministro israelí que hablaba hace apenas unos minutos en Al Arabiya, anunciaba que van a actuar duramente contra Irán y además su partido anunciaba que va a presentarse a las próximas elecciones en octubre en Israel. Enseguida vamos a mirar estas cuestiones, vamos a mirar bueno, pues cómo está la situación en Oriente Medio, pero antes vamos con últimas horas, vamos a contarles la última hora en torno a la actualidad nacional. Fuentes de la investigación en torno a José Luis Rodríguez Zapatero hablan del papel que ha jugado Estados Unidos. Desvinculan el envío de información desde Estados Unidos de la tensión política entre los gobiernos de Donald Trump y Pedro Sánchez. Según esas fuentes, la documentación se remitió dentro del marco de cooperación internacional entre Suiza, Francia, España y Estados Unidos por la trama del blanqueo investigada en torno al rescate de Plus Ultra. El juez José Luis Carama ha solicitado ahora a Estados Unidos autorización para utilizar como prueba en el caso Zapatero el contenido del móvil del principal accionista de Plus Ultra. La diligencia puede resultar clave para incorporar el procedimiento mediante mensajes, contactos y comunicaciones obtenidos en el marco de la investigación internacional. El caso entra así en una fase de mayor dimensión transnacional, con la Audiencia Nacional intentando convertir en prueba judicial material procedente de investigaciones coordinadas fuera de España. Y hablando de Estados Unidos, su presidente Donald Trump decía este miércoles a Fox que está cerca de ordenar al ejército que lance nuevos ataques contra Irán. Afirmaba que los nuevos objetivos podrían incluir centrales eléctricas y puentes iraníes. Reiteraba que Teherán ha tardado demasiado en negociar un acuerdo de paz con Estados Unidos. También indicaba que podría seguir tomando medidas contra Irán. El presidente de Estados Unidos explicaba que un helicóptero Apache se estrelló a principios de esta semana cerca de Hormuz después de que un dron iraní quedara atrapado entre los dos pilotos, lo que desencadenó la reanudación de los ataques de Estados Unidos contra Irán. Estos nuevos ataques han provocado una enérgica respuesta de Teherán en toda la región. Precisamente Irán, que ha respondido con ataques contra Bahrein, Kuwait y Jordania en una nueva escalada que amenaza con hacer descarrilar las conversaciones para poner fin a la guerra. Bahrein y Kuwait activaron sus defensas antiaéreas para interceptar los ataques iraníes, mientras Jordania informó de que derribó 5 misiles lanzados contra una base aérea que alberga fuerzas estadounidenses. La tensión se agravó además tras el derribo de un helicóptero de ataque Apache y nuevos ataques del ejército de Estados Unidos que han puesto bajo presión el frágil alto el fuego regional. La escalada llega apenas un día después de que Irán e Israel intercambiaran fuego por primera vez desde la entrada en vigor de la tregua. La televisión estatal iraní informaba que los ataques israelíes del martes mataron a menos a 2 integrantes de sus unidades de defensa aérea. Este nuevo cruce de ataques coloca a varios aliados de Estados Unidos en el centro del conflicto y aumenta el peligro de que la guerra se extienda por todo el Golfo. Mientras tanto, el primer ministro israelí Benjamin Netanyahu se va a presentar a las próximas elecciones a la Knesset previstas para octubre, es lo que informaba el partido Likud en un comunicado este miércoles. Estas declaraciones se producen después de que Donald Trump dijera que es una incógnita si Netanyahu iba a seguir con su carrera política. Decía además que es un primer ministro de guerra. Según una encuesta citada por el Times of Israel, más del 60% de los israelíes desaprueban la candidatura de Netanyahu a las próximas elecciones. Por su parte, el centro de investigación Pew revelaba que el 59% de los estadounidenses que participaban en esa encuesta tienen poca o ninguna confianza en que Netanyahu actúe correctamente en los asuntos internacionales. Pendientes de Netanyahu y esperando ya en los próximos minutos a Donald Trump, a punto de comparecer el presidente de Estados Unidos después de lanzar esta amenaza total hacia Irán, después de que, como ven, bueno, alarmas se han disparado en todo Oriente Medio. Nosotros vamos a ir ya con los expertos, con los analistas. Hoy contamos con Enrique Navarro Gil, chairman de MQ Global Inet. ¿Qué tal? Muy buenas, Enrique.
Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estáis?
Buenas tardes. Tenemos también a Ruth Yamin, profesora de Ciencia Política y Estudios Internacionales en la Universidad Torcuato Di Tella. ¿Qué tal? Muy buenas, Ruth.
Hola, ¿cómo están?
Y por último, vamos a presentar a Adrián Zelaya, presidente de Group. ¿Qué tal, Adrián? Muy buenas tardes.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Encantado de estar con vosotros y con mis dos compañeros.
Bueno, pues un día más en el que tenemos muchos asuntos que analizar. Estamos ya muy pendientes de lo que diga Donald Trump. Como decimos, está a punto de comparecer en un día, bueno, pues de mucha tensión en Oriente Medio y en un día en el que Trump ha dado un nuevo giro después de meses de negociaciones, después de que esta misma semana se hayan cumplido los 100 días de guerra. Adrián, ahora tenemos de nuevo una amenaza de guerra, pero una guerra total. Trump en Fox hace apenas unas horas hablaba ya de atacar los puentes o las instalaciones eléctricas iraníes. Sí, me parece que hemos perdido a Adrián. Enseguida vamos a recuperarle. Ruth, si te parece, te quiero trasladar esta misma cuestión. ¿Cómo ves esta amenaza de Donald Trump?
Me gustaría hacer una apreciación previa a eso, si no te molesta, porque has dicho que todo es geopolítica y yo creo que no. Creo que en Medio Oriente claramente se está viendo una situación donde hay un componente geopolítico muy fuerte, no solamente porque hay un pueblo que reclama tierra, sino porque además Irán ha decidido cerrar un paso importante para el paso sobre todo de comercio petrolero y de alimentos. No estaría tan segura de decir que la situación de Ucrania y Rusia es geopolítica, y claramente no lo es geopolítica en América Latina. Yo soy argentina y miro mucho lo que pasa en América Latina, y me parece que la palabra geopolítica es una palabra peligrosa. Nosotros tenemos un historial de golpes militares muy fuertes, y quienes han utilizado históricamente en términos geopolíticos son los militares. Y lo que nosotros tenemos son problemas políticos, no geopolíticos. Y creo que en gran parte de lo que se ve en Europa también son problemas políticos y no geopolíticos. Esta aclaración inicial. La segunda pregunta que yo me haría es, ¿hay un plan realmente de Trump para de alguna manera detener lo que está pasando en Medio Oriente? Digo, ni Irán ni Arabia Saudita, que son los dos contendientes enfrentados, tienen intereses territoriales. Por eso hablar de geopolítica en el caso de ellos dos es bastante difícil. Creo que son intereses políticos más que geopolíticos. Y me parece que del lado de Trump hay una amenaza continua a emplear la fuerza, pero no se ve un plan claro. Y creo que eso es un problema para encontrar una solución a lo que está pasando.
Bueno, pues un Donald Trump que no tiene plan y que lo que parece que también ha perdido es su paciencia. Enrique, te quiero preguntar precisamente por esto, ¿no? Llevamos meses, si no me equivoco, 2 meses de negociaciones, 2 meses de alto el fuego que parece, tampoco vamos a dar nada por sentado, parece que están cerca de descarrilar, sobre todo después de estos ataques o de estas amenazas también por parte de Donald Trump. ¿Te crees esta vez al presidente de Estados Unidos?
Creer al presidente Trump es, digamos, un ejercicio de, digamos, casi de algo imposible. Vamos a ver. Vamos a analizar los hechos, porque la verdad que analizar las palabras de Trump y sus propias contradicciones ya hemos visto que conducen a muy poco, ¿no? El hecho real es que Irán era un país que estaba derrotado militarmente, esta es la teoría oficial, y que se había visto abocado a rendirse y a negociar en las condiciones que iban a imponer Estados Unidos y de alguna forma Israel con la guerra que tiene con la sucursal de Irán en el Líbano, ¿no? Y esto es lo que nos ha querido vender Trump, y 2 meses después no hemos avanzado. ¿Por qué? Pues hombre, obviamente hay 2 razones claras. Una es, Irán piensa que alargando la tensión puede llegar a un mejor acuerdo, y esto significa que el gobierno de Irán en esta situación, digamos, de geopolítica internacional, entiende que tiene un posible beneficio de generar esta tensión. Luego, por tanto, la conclusión más o menos inmediata es que no está tan derrotado como podríamos pensar. Eso no significa que pueda soportar una guerra, ¿no? Pero está jugando sus cartas, aunque sean pocas, las está jugando con cierta inteligencia en el sentido de que cree de que tiene recorrido. ¿Qué es lo que hemos visto en Trump? Una ansia, y esto yo creo que es su principal problema en una negociación, una ansia por llegar a un acuerdo porque nos metemos en verano, porque la inflación sigue por las nubes, porque no consigue que la Reserva Federal vaya a bajar los tipos de interés, porque vamos a unas elecciones de noviembre. Y todo esto son prisas para Trump, prisas para tener algo que vender y que ofrecer. Y cuando uno va con prisas es débil. Y esto es al final lo que está pasando, que Irán ha pasado a convertirse dentro de esta negociación en el punto fuerte, en el punto que puede exigir y puede aguantar, y el que supuestamente es el fuerte, pues no tiene capacidad de aguantar por su propio timing y por su propia política interna, ¿no? También se da la circunstancia de que es un entorno bélico muy complejo, con muchos drones. Los drones son a veces artefactos un poco locos, ¿no? No son fáciles de controlar, y es fácil que se produzcan, diríamos, intercambios de fuego o intercambios militares que pueden llevar a una escalada, pero que si lo analizamos en su origen puede ser un accidente, ¿no? Entonces yo creo que de alguna forma se generan a veces escaladas, pero que se desescalan muy rápidamente. Yo creo que, como decía, a los dos les interesa un acuerdo, los dos quieren un acuerdo. El problema es que la posición de las dos partes que tienen que llegar a un acuerdo es diferente, y Estados Unidos y Trump personalmente se encuentra en una situación donde ya ha vendido tantas veces el acuerdo que ya nadie le cree. Y cuando ya tienes prisa y nadie te cree, pues tu situación es realmente muy débil, y de ahí vienen todas estas reacciones tan extemporáneas que le estamos viendo los últimos días.
Bueno, pues pendientes como siempre de lo que dice Donald Trump, pues sobre todo ha hablado en sus redes sociales, estos mensajes en Truth Social, donde bueno, pues apuntaba directamente a Irán, y luego en Fox incluso amenazando con destruir puentes o centrales eléctricas. Es decir, volvemos al punto en el que estábamos hace 2 meses, ¿no? Ese mensaje en el que hablaba de destruir una civilización entera, que vamos, ahí ya sí que desató las alarmas. Te quiero preguntar por esto, Adrián, ¿qué te parece este mensaje de Donald Trump y un poco lo que les estaba preguntando a ellos? ¿Hasta qué punto nos creemos esta nueva amenaza de Donald Trump?
Bueno, yo creo que es una constatación general entre los analistas que a Trump no se le puede hacer demasiado caso por lo que dice. Hay que estar muy atentos a lo que hace, pero la verdad es que sus palabras lamentablemente tienen una credibilidad cada vez más baja, ¿no? El problema de Donald Trump es que yo creo que mi compañero lo ha dicho ahora mismo en cierta forma, ¿no? Está atrapado en un...
Wait, just make sure we're rolling.
I would just like to know. What you're seeking today from Bill Gates. We heard Chairman Comer already say there's been no alleged crime, but obviously you can't provide some insight. What are you hoping to get from this?
Well, I think we want to understand whether the public statements that Mr. Gates has made about his relationship with Epstein and Epstein, providing payments to that woman, and the email from Epstein to Gates asking for reimbursement of those payments. We don't know whether or how Gates responded to that. I think that's important. The relationship between Epstein, Gates, and Ms. Walker, who says she was introduced to Epstein by Donald Trump. I want to learn more about all of that. So a lot of important questions today.
Comer also mentioned that he said it was hard to believe some of the testimony you guys got from Leslie Groff and from Wes Wexner. He said the committee is going to be seeking to figure out whether there were provably false statements there. Your take on that? Do you think crimes were committed by people making false statements?
I agree with the chairman, Ms. Groff, especially hard to believe 18 years as Epstein's assistant, had no knowledge of the crimes that were being committed, the crimes that she scheduled, quite frankly. Hard to believe that. It's one of the reasons why I and other Democrats have been pushing the Department of Justice to reopen these investigations. You mentioned Les Wexner, never even questioned by the FBI. Kahn and Endike, never questioned by the FBI. Basic investigative work that was never done across multiple administrations, but right now, the Trump administration and Todd Blanche at the Department of Justice have the opportunity to reopen this investigation, ask these questions, determine whether there are new prosecutions that need to be pursued, and that's what we want to see. Thank you. I heard that 5 minutes ago. If that's true, I'm very glad to hear that. Yesterday, Chairman Comer was saying he didn't think Todd Blanche needed to come in. I'm glad he's changed his mind if that's the case. I'm certainly going to be pushing for that to be in public, at least videotape, so the American people can see, especially if Todd Blanche is potentially going to be the permanent Attorney General. It shouldn't be behind closed doors like this. It should be out for the media and the public to see.
He also said that Epstein's former attorney, Alan Dershowitz, he asked to come in. What questions do you have for him? Is there anything in these transcripts that led maybe for the committee to feel that his former attorney is someone that needs to come before the committee?
I think, look, obviously, given that he was Epstein's attorney, had a close relationship, he could have additional information that we haven't yet revealed over the course of our investigation. So I think that's an appropriate conversation to have, no question.
And apologies, I missed. What are you planning to ask Mr. Gates today? What's important to you?
I want to find out whether his public statements about the limits of his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein are fully truthful and accurate. I'm interested in the email exchange where it's clear that Jeffrey Epstein was using one of the Russian women that Gates was involved in to try to get leverage or potentially blackmail him. Epstein emailed Gates asking for reimbursement for money that Epstein provided to this woman. We don't have any response from Gates in the files. I'd like to know whether or how he responded to that and what he felt Epstein was trying to do in that moment. Thank you all.
Okay, so I guess people are
that. I tried to put it a little bit, but I can put it out a little bit now. Now that this line is gone, we can push it back out a little bit.
So if you want to just like
About here, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
yeah.
I'm not, I like dairy.
A couple of sugar. Do you want me to put it in, or you want to put it in yourself?
Whatever's easiest.
Yeah, I don't know. I have to see. Sometimes they get a little sugar. Now, live up in the room now. Yes, we were doing a lot of stuff over there, and you could hear them back here, down here.
I'm so glad that the majority of them like that. Well, the certain names are increasingly too.
Exactly. I was like,
No, no.
Sarah, great. Just gonna make a quick statement before we get started. So let me just first say that I'm really glad that Chairman Comer finally agreed to bring in Todd Blanche. Just yesterday, he was saying that he didn't think we needed to hear from Todd Blanche. And so the fact that he's agreed to bring him in, I think is really, really important. But I do want to add that it's very important to us that that is a deposition, that it's under oath, and that's videotaped and released to the American public. And that was actually our full request. So it's not enough to just get Blanche in. We have to have Blanche under oath. It's got to be videotaped and released to the public. That was our full request of Chairman Comer as it relates to Blanche, and we're going to continue to make that request. As it relates to Mr. Gates, obviously we just started the questioning. We are very interested in understanding who was in Epstein's orbit, what did Mr. Gates actually see. We're certainly going to be asking about some of the emails that were in the files as they relate to Mr. Gates' possible activities with Mr. Epstein. But anyone that was around Jeffrey Epstein, we want to hear from. And like I said before, we don't care if they're a Democrat or Republican or how influential they are. If they were involved with Epstein, under oath deposition. We're talking now about the nominee to be Attorney General on the Senate side. This is not acting. He's not the deputy, and he may be the attorney when he gets here or not. And so if that's the case, it has to be under oath. And quite frankly, it should be a public hearing. I mean, that would be ideal. But if it's going to be an interview behind closed doors, it needs to be a deposition under oath.
And then we also heard from Chairman Comer that he's going to be asking Alan Dershowitz to come in. Can we get your comment on that?
I think it's great. I mean, look, that's someone that obviously was very involved with Jeffrey Epstein. I think it's someone that we need to hear from. And we should want to hear from any person that was in that circle. Look, yesterday we heard obviously from Ms. Groff, who was a very close assistant, worked for Epstein for 18 years. And she provided a lot of names of individuals that worked in the Epstein orbit, that many of whom we've heard from other survivors that we want to speak with. And so there's going to be a lot of interviews ahead for us to sit down with and really get more information about what really happened and who knew what.
Do you share Representative Comer's concerns regarding Ms. Groff's testimony as well as Ms. Wexner? He sort of indicated that he found some of what was testifying to surprising or maybe questionable.
I share those concerns. I think that there have been numerous interviews that we've conducted where I've found the witness to be not credible, and certainly to spend 18 years with someone and to not remember or have not really acknowledge the fact that there was rape and trafficking and abuse of minors happening. I mean, this is a woman who knew that Jeffrey Epstein had pleaded guilty of a horrific crime and then continued to work for him for many years after. And so there are additional questions. Look, and I'll just want to say this. There's a lot of folks that we have interviewed over the last 6 months, 8 months, that we're going to want to hear from again as we gather more information and evidence as well. Any final questions? Okay, thanks, guys.
So God only knows. And like one TV camera and one or two skills. I mean, it was. Yeah. I mean, this crazy trip. Like, they were talking around. No, you know, you see no, the regular for you.
Sarah, direct. Just going to make a quick statement before we get started. So let me just first say that I'm really glad that Chairman Comer finally agreed to bring in Todd Blanche. Just yesterday, he was saying that he didn't think we needed to hear from Todd Blanche. And so the fact that he's agreed to bring him in, I think is really, really important. But I do want to add that it's very important to us that that is a deposition, that it's under oath, and it's videotaped and released to the American public. And that was actually our full request. So it's not enough to just get Blanche in. We have to have Blanche under oath. It's got to be videotaped and released to the public. That was our full request of Chairman Comer as it relates to Blanche, and we're going to continue to make that request. As it relates to Mr. Gates, obviously we've just started the questioning. We're very interested in understanding who was in Epstein's orbit, what did Mr. Gates actually see. We're certainly going to be asking about some of the emails that were in the files as they relate to Mr. Gates' possible activities with Mr. Epstein. But anyone that was around Jeffrey Epstein, we want to hear from. And like I said before, we don't care if they're a Democrat or Republican or how influential they are. If they were involved with Epstein, we want to get to that truth. So that's what today is going to be about.
Have you gotten any indication from Chairman Comer on if this will be a formal subpoena, if the formal request to Mr. Blanche has gone out? How is this going to play out?
So we haven't gotten anything directly from James, from Mr. Comer yet, but our request has been very clear, is that it has to be a videotaped under oath deposition. We're talking now about the nominee to be Attorney General on the Senate side. This is not acting. He's not the deputy, and he may be the Attorney General, but when he gets here or not. And so if that's the case, it has to be under oath. And quite frankly, it should be a public hearing. I mean, that would be ideal, but if it's going to be an interview behind closed doors, it needs to be a deposition under oath.
And then we also heard from Chairman Comer that he's going to be asking Alan Dershowitz to come in. Can we get your comment on that?
I think it's great. I mean, look, that's someone that obviously was very involved with Jeffrey Epstein. I think it's someone that we need to hear from. And we should want to hear from
concerns regarding Ms. Groff's testimony as well as Les Wexner. He sort of indicated that he found some of what was testified to surprising or maybe questionable.
I share those concerns. I think that there have been numerous interviews that we've conducted where I found the witness to be not credible, and certainly to spend 18 years with someone and to not remember or have not really acknowledge the fact that there was rape and trafficking and abuse of minors happening. I mean, this is a woman who knew that Jeffrey Epstein had pleaded guilty of a horrific crime and then continued to work for him for many years after. And so there are additional questions. Look, and I'll just want to say this. There's a lot of folks that we have interviewed over the last 6 months, 8 months, that we're going to want to hear from again as we gather more information and evidence as well. Any final questions? Okay, thanks, guys.
tenemos ahora 65 y 60. En base al posicionamiento de la gente, en base al posicionamiento del mercado, y vemos que respecto a una semana o 2 semanas, han liquidado muchos futuros y según los datos que vemos, están en mínimo las posiciones. ¿Qué quiere decir? Que ese flujo o gran flujo de venta que proviene de todo el mundo que quería vender, se está agotando o podría agotarse. Pero hay una cosa muy importante que quiero decir a la gente. El problema es que yo sé que os gusta la plata, el gold, ¿vale? Os gusta el SPI. Tener en cuenta que hoy en día todo esto se mueve en tándem. Da igual si tienes plata o el SPX en tu cartera.
La contra del dólar.
Y, bueno, claro, es el dólar. Es el dólar y son flujos. Tener en cuenta que muchísima gente, con un gran amigo mío que es un cliente nuestro, estábamos hablando el otro día y tuvo que deshacer grandes posiciones del oro y de la plata porque se ha dado cuenta que está muy correlacionado con toda su cartera y le aporta mucha más volatilidad y prefiere tener el índice o acciones en su cartera que aportan menos volatilidad y más posibilidad de profit que el oro y la plata. Pero de fondo creemos en ella, vemos que China está comprando, vemos que, por ejemplo, la plata, cuando hablamos de que es un metal también industrial, hace falta y eso nos da bastante pistas de que lo mantengamos en cartera. Cosa interesante que vemos, y creo que eso también lo hemos puesto la semana pasada, nuestro amigo el cobre. Amigo el cobre, el doctor Cobre, no quiere bajar. Él no quiere bajar. ¿Y por qué no quiere bajar? Lo hemos explicado. Problemas de suministros, problemas en las fábricas estas que refinan y crean realmente el cobre. Y va con los flujos, pero no lo afecta tanto. ¿Por qué? Porque os recuerdo, para la AI, para Tesla, para Google, para Amazon, para todo el mundo, si quieren hacer centros de datos que hoy nos están vendiendo, o inclusive para la OPA de SpaceX, ¿vale?
Claro.
Se necesita cobre. Es decir, necesitamos el cobre, da igual. Es decir, podemos decir cualquier cosa. Hay problemas de cobre, las minas son antiguas, la inversión dentro del sector de cobre hace años que no se ha invertido, hay que invertir muchísimo y es un
is that Bill Gates went to Jeffrey Epstein to try to raise money for philanthropy, which I don't quite understand. And so I'll be asking questions about that later on as well.
There have been several allegations and some would say conspiracy theory that Epstein was sort of running a blackmail operation. Does this give credence to that?
Possibly. I think that Jeffrey Epstein liked to get dirt on a lot of people to then try to use that as leverage in his ongoing negotiations or communications with third parties. It could have involved Bill Gates, we don't know, but that's what I'm going to be continuing to, I think our questioners on our side will continue to probe on going forward.
Is Gates aware of anyone else that is falling into that kind of trap?
I don't think we've gotten into that yet, but I think that will be a fruitful line of questioning going forward. But just overall, I just find it very unusual that Bill Gates associated with Jeffrey Epstein, that Jeffrey Epstein had gotten his claws into Microsoft and known so many senior executives there. And so I think that will also be further grounds for questioning going forward. Overall, I'm just a little disappointed that Mr. Gates is not as candid and forthcoming as he can be. He's a little combative. And I think that, again, we need to try to get to the bottom of what happened. Thank you very much. Thank you.
better after about the 12th year. Don't worry. Yeah, it starts out as a muscle.
Yeah, it's strange.
It's short. I started out as a
You should have stayed that way.
yeah.
You're retired.
Seems private.
Yeah, maybe. So how'd you get into this?
Senior in college, had a friend who worked on the newspaper, and I had no idea. I know it wasn't a deal, but I had been drafted to say this. I got a different number. I had a low number, but they started taking the gift. So that was hanging over my head. Captivated by that. I started hanging out at this college music.
What's attractive to the fact that and your deer here. Have you always loved deer?
People, I'm not a creative sort. People, photographers, TV cameras.
Oh yeah.
He says, we made like,
Yeah.
you can't see the picture.
Yeah. So that was it. You got looked at on the paper.
Yeah, I like the view.
And then when that's what I was going to ask. But when you started working with Subway,
Yeah.
how many years did you spend?
Just a year, and then I went through. It was during the Ford administration, and there was a big recession at that time. And they laid off the last 2 or 3 people that retired. And I got a job down in West Palm Beach. At the Palm Beach Post. I was at the Palm Beach Post for 3 years.
How about that?
Their own administrator.
I remember we came down to the city hall, and absolutely blasting it down. Stops the band. He goes jump out. He just jump out and keeps going. It was like the worst day ever to not be in the band. Years of enthusiasm.
I mean, we're not outside.
Hey, I didn't bring the stool, sorry. I forgot. I was running. I didn't bring the stool.
So I got to go to Grace now. Cool to see it. Two finest photographers in the city. Two finest photographers.
Hey.
And you look tan.
Good. How are you?
Vacation.
See it?
Yes.
You look good. So you heard this
always look like
second round? I said
yeah.
Oh yeah. So does that? Sorry, I meant yeah. You heard. So does that mean they come back another day?
No, they're coming to Cam Oates there from your new TV gallery.
Yeah.
She gave us a
I tore a ligament in my foot. I got an MRI. I did a boot for 6, then they made it 7 weeks, and it's still it's good, but it's still healing. But I'm sorry. I've been through. Was Scotty pulling your foot? Oh. I tore a ligament a little bit, and it did fine. But he said if it doesn't work, then surgery. So mine was small enough. How did you do it? Do you know? Oh. I think I bike rode too much, too long after bike riding. And I was going up the hill from like M Street in Georgetown to the top of Weber Park. And somewhere in many trips, I did it. And I'd be walking around and be like, no, the doctor's like, you can't your fasciitis, do this, and they just kept making it worse. They kept making it worse. So I tried getting a foot massage, and it's just hot shit. It's all hot. Yes, anyway, well, I'm sorry, but I found after the healing, have the best insoles in running shoes you can have. It makes a huge difference. Because I tried wearing other shoes, no way. So I found like these with a pair of insoles are great. He says I naturally assimilate. Yeah. This is the candidate for yeah. You know, the twisting. Oh, I totally do. Yeah, I got a pair of sneakers. Not quite like his, but close. Just get the running shoes all come like that now. It makes a massive difference. I'm almost like, I've been walking in those other shoes for decades. Yep.
As you get older, your fat pads wear down.
You say your fat pads?
On the ball of your foot and the heel of your foot, you have about a 1 or 2 ounce pad of fat. You push it.
My foot fat? Did you call me fat?
And as you get older, you call it.
I gotta take this off.
I know, that's what the doctor told me. I'm 100 pounds overweight. I don't have an ounce of fat right there. House is up next week. Gotta run. What are we down to? About 39 legislative days for the No election or the rest of the year? So the election.
Yeah, that needs to be. But the seventh in next week, right? I don't even heard people talking about us staying to try to fix the crisis. I think
It's a lot of time. Go back to regular order. Instead of trying to jam everything into one bill.
Well, even the extension, that would be hard.
Yeah, so I think it's the spend fuel stocks to the recycling stocks, something like that. Yeah.
Did they give you guidance on whether it's coming down?
Huh?
Did they give you guidance?
The Democrats are going to come out. But that's not an indication it's over.
I was there like every day.
Are they trying to level some type of control?
Terrible. Oh, dude. Good. Good. Okay, good. That's good. That's terrible. No one deserves that, especially as.
Happens to him a lot.
I'm not commenting. Don't get me involved in that. I'm trying to be the UN. Right, Kevin? The UN, right? Neutral. Trying to stay out of people's views. Like, I'm just here to take pictures. I just want to go bass fishing when I'm not here, you know? Okay. Anyway, thanks for sharing that.
Right back.
You weren't calling me, Lance. We go.
I think you're going to swap me out for the yeah.
video evidence. Some question would you like to know? Two 825. Photographing the videos. Video. Cool camera. So then the guy fled, but Amendola took the case and
What time do you have to leave this afternoon? I gotta do something like John. And if they go past that, you need to stay on this. She went home.
Hold on for a second. I'm gonna move this out. Okay, you good? Just can't lock this door, guys. Especially this early because it's not happening until 12:30-ish, guys. We've got 20 minutes at least. No, this is
Give away hash brownies in there.
Come on up.
What do you want?
If you get something off your mind, now's the chance to do it.
Got it. Well, you know, I'm Tim Burchett and I'm a sinner. What do you need? What do y'all want to ask me? Anything?
How long were you inside?
Well, I've been in twice. The Democrats are doing it right in their thing right now, so I didn't think I could stay, but I didn't think it's appropriate. But yeah, the questions are very intense, and just trying to get to the heart of his relationship his relationship with Epstein and the association there. If it's a business association or what, if there's you know, I think there's some questions that alluded to some blackmail type things, what was going on there. And it's pretty clear to me, though, that Epstein was a friend collector. You know, he just liked to have people around him that were big deal and get his picture made with them and hang out with them. And I think that's how he reeled them in.
So is there anything that you're learning then during this testimony that you think could change the course of the investigation, lead to new convictions, anything that kind of advances where we already stand?
Of course, Mr. Gates is very couched in his replies, and I mean, he's very well coached too. He's got great attorneys, I assume. He's probably made more money in interest since more than all of us will make in a year just in this time I'm talking to you. So I don't know that we'll gather too much from this, actually.
Did you hear anything new?
Not yet, no, ma'am.
How was this demeanor?
He looked pretty downtrodden for a guy worth, you know, several whatever billions or whatever. I mean, he's like Oprah times 20, I think. I'm not sure he's pretty well off, but he did look pretty worn down and stressed. But if I was his attorneys, that's exactly how I would coach him to be in front of this group.
Congressman, we've heard some people.
Good job yesterday at the UFO press conference, dude. I don't know if you noticed, it was me that called on you to answer it. But they had some guy with a cell phone. He wasn't even pressed. So I just said, what the heck, Joe? Go ahead, baby.
I always appreciate it.
Go ahead.
So it has been alleged, and some have even said conspiracy, that Epstein was involved in some kind of blackmailing operation for very wealthy rich people. The fact that Gates is also saying that in his own opening statement that that's happening, does that sort of open up a whole new line of questioning for other people as well?
I think so. My questions were along those lines in the first place, but since he's done that, we're going to go back and readjust them just a little bit and maybe get to more to the meat of the matter. I agree. Yeah, I think that's going to be that'll change the course of it. Unfortunately, most of the Democrats weren't in there when that was going on. So I'll get to all y'all. Don't worry. Do what?
Why was this a closed door hearing?
I don't know, ma'am. That's above my pay grade. I'm big about transparency. I always just say let it be wide open, but that seems to be something both parties agree on, and that's the way we go. And we did that with the Clintons as well. I think the Clintons said that they weren't going to come in unless we did that, which I don't know how you get past a subpoena. I'm not really sure how that works, but I guess if you're a big deal, you can do more than the rest of us could. I'll get you, and then I'll get you, ma'am. Go ahead.
There was a question earlier that Chair Comer about the emails with the STI medication. Was that asked about? Did we get any clarification from Gates on that?
I wasn't in there on that part, ma'am. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Colleagues said that Gates was kind of combative and that they didn't feel like he was being very forthcoming. As forthcoming as he could be. Do you agree with that assessment?
What would you be, ma'am? I guess if you're getting drug out here, all your dirty laundry, and let's be honest, I don't think he's that good of a person, but that's just anybody would be that way. You got a great accent, by the way. Where are you from?
Do you doubt if he was telling you guys the full truth?
I think he's right up to that line, ma'am. I think his attorneys, the last thing he wants to do is tell us a lie, and then we call him back in.
So on the level of transparency, do you want to see acting attorney come before this committee? Chairman Comer said he's going to ask for him to come.
Without without the Constitution playing in, if you don't have a search warrant or a warrant, I think it's going to be problematic for a lot of people.
So it sounds like probably not be able to pass that.
I don't know. President Trump is the master of the deal, so we'll just see what he puts on the table and how he works it out. But right now, I don't think it's got a very good shot. Are you going to say something? Do what?
Who do you want to see come next to
Well, I mean, we've got a lot of waste, abuse, and fraud, obviously. I would like to see us move in some of the amendments and bills that I've moved forward with DOJ. We're getting ready to pass NDAA. I'd like to see some real qualifications upon this huge bill we're giving, and I'd like to see somebody in the military pass a dadgum audit besides the United States Marine Corps. They're the only ones that pass it on a regular basis, and I'm not a fan of the war pimps at the Pentagon. Their business is war and sending our kids off into war, and I'm not a big fan of that.
And then, so in front of the Epstein committee, who do you want?
Oh, in front of the Epstein committee, I don't know. It just goes on, and unfortunately, America's attention span is going to run out on this thing. It's going to move on to the next object. You have a question?
Quarterback Blue just testified and pleaded the fifth to every question and just arrogantly walked out and nobody held him accountable.
Where was this in?
The head of Act Blue.
Yeah, I know.
Just pleaded the fifth to every single question and just arrogantly walked out. Is there any possibility that there'll be a comment?
Republicans need to get some guts and start taking that majority out for a walk and do something with it and start passing some laws and make the Senate vote on it. Send it over there and say, vote on it or we'll wear you out. That's what you got to do. This agreement that we have, America's tired of it. We have the majority. We need to start acting like it.
Congressman, was there any other people that Gates mentioned that were in Epstein's orbit that the committee could pass on against the DOJ?
That was something that was brought up, and I didn't hear any new names that haven't already been mentioned, ma'am. We good?
Thank you.
Everybody?
Thank you.
These brownies are actually pretty good. I don't know. They're not as good as my mama or my wife or my daughter. I don't know. You just call. I got the baseball game. I'll see you at the baseball game.
with Sinclair.
Okay, so Sinclair should be receiving every single time.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
And just tell them we're B12.
Okay.
B12.
Thanks.
I was reading your text. Yeah, that works.
All right, so we're looking at 12:35 to 12:40-ish for the Democrats. Yep.